Hey guys, so I got another reaction video uh, reacting to Kendra G. I hope you guys like the other videos I had of her. Um, Again, I wanted to show this series. I want to help show the delusion of women and what types of women are out there in the dating market, um, and what men are dealing with in the dating market. You know, with these types of women. But let's get started.
Hello?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, what's your name, honey?
My name is Trinicia Lake, but they call me Mama Lynn because everybody needs a hug from a mama every now and then.
Okay, so what do you want me to call you? Mama what?
Mama Lynn, Lynn,
Mama Lynn. Where you calling me from?
Los Angeles, California.
LA, baby. How old are you, sweetheart?
Now look, we're gonna do this, Kendra. I'm 29 one more time. That's what we gonna say.
No, we're going to say how old you are.
Oh God.
Okay, I'm 62.
Like, you gotta imagine, right? The craziness of a 62-year-old woman still trying to make it work in the dating market is beyond me. Now, I'm not saying there's not maybe 60-year-old men that would date her, but we'll see, because again, you can see from the title, if you're at, I don't know, 60, beyond 60, you shouldn't have much of an expectation. You should just find a man that you can deal with, that that's not, that can bring you peace, right? That's not difficult in a relationship. That's just there with you to your end of your life. You shouldn't have, big expectations for certain men at a certain time in your life. At 62, you should just want a man that could, I don't know, grab your dentures when you need them.
Okay, this
We're gonna
is
keep
62.
this.
The opposite of aging is death. So I think every birthday is a gift from God, and we should celebrate it. We should never want to turn back the time on our age. I'll be 44 in a couple of weeks, and I love telling my age because, again, if I'm not turning 44, that means I'm dead. So you should celebrate every birthday.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah. So you're 62.
Yes,
Okay. What do you do for a living, Mama Lynn?
I'm a life coach. I help battered women to regain their self-esteem and to find their lost identity after suffering trauma such as domestic violence.
Okay. And then
I
did you go
also
through that
have,
yourself?
huh?
Did you go through that yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yes. Like, I saw my mom get totally beat down. I was in two abusive marriages. I have five girls. I saw my girls going through some situations, but it wasn't until my granddaughter, when I saw my granddaughter going through that, I just snapped. My mind just snapped. And I said, I have to do something.
I gotta say, right? Women like this, it's not necessarily by purpose, but women that has a traumatic life will only produce, well, not only, but highly likely to produce children that will go through the same type of life. It's a sad cycle, and you're not breaking it, because you think about this, right? If she, and it's about accountability, chose a decent man early in her life, right? A man that she really vetted to be a decent man. You know, he doesn't have to be making a lot of money. He doesn't have to be that good looking. He doesn't have to be charming. He doesn't have to be anything. He has to be a decent man, a man with morals and character. She would have broken that cycle that she saw through with her mom. She would have broken that cycle, so now her kids can understand what is a stable relationship, what is a good man. Let's say, example, this man that my mother married, that is my father, is a decent man, I have an image of a man that I hope to find out there. That this man is not an abusive man. This man is not a terrible man. He's an average man that is a decent, moral, upstanding man. This is what I want. It is an image that you can pass down to your kids. Here's a woman that she's 62. So obviously she's been through a lot of traumatic experiences. She's dealt with men that were terrible to her. So in turn, what does her children see? These type of men. Oh, this must be the only type of men that's out there. Right? So now I'm attracted to these terrible men. It is a cycle that I've seen far too many of.
Before my mom passed away, she said, I need you to tell the world that domestic violence is wrong. I'm like, wait a minute, we didn't even have internet 15 years ago. What was my mom talking about? So I'm really living her dream for her.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, I'm sorry you went through that, but I'm happy you found a positive takeaway from it. What's your zodiac sign, Mama Lynn?
I'm a Sag.
A Sagittarius. All right, so this is Mama Lynn, Los Angeles, 62, a life coach for battered women. This is Sagittarius. Okay, how many kids do you have?
I have 5 because my son is deceased.
Here's a hot take. I'm thinking this is gonna be controversial. But now I do understand why women, are whatever she said, life coach and stuff like that, to battered women, to women that's gone through abuse. Now, here's my controversial take, which I'm not saying that it should happen, right? I'm just thinking about this now. I think it will be more logical for women to seek men's guidance. Although I get it, right? You've been traumatized by men, right? The men that you picked, the men that's in your life. You've been traumatized by them. But I believe women will only trying to soothe your emotion while not fix the problem. Because let me say this, and I'm not saying this is a good solution. It's just a thought right now I'm having at the moment. It's that a lot of times these women who go through these abusive relationships, they repeat that cycle. They do it over again. They go into abusive relationship after abusive relationship, right? And then they pass that down to their children as well. A lot of times, I believe that you should take a less emotional route to solving emotional problems, right? When you're going through these roller coasters, right? What I would say is like, I'm not saying, I don't want to say what to do, but I'm saying that I think it may be more logical to not just be empathetic, sympathetic, be very emotional based with helping women that's gone through these traumatic experiences. Because I believe it's more putting a band-aid on a wound and not surgically fixing the injury completely or a good percentage of the injury. I don't know. Maybe I'm probably wrong. I'm just like shooting out some thought when she's talking about her job. So I'm not saying that it's right or wrong or anything. It's just a thought I'm having, that because we've done this type of methodology for years, and has it worked? Not really. So I'm just thinking about let's maybe try something else, but it's only a thought.
I lost a lot of people during COVID. People kept saying, oh, it didn't exist. I lost like 12 people. Then I lost my son. He had a heart attack at 37. I lost my husband from this new drug, fentanyl. Hey, you guys, just don't do it. Don't try it. It is taking people out of the box, like, for real.
Okay. When did your husband die?
2021. My son died in January, and my husband died in July.
I'm so sorry you went through all that.
Thank you, love. Because you know I'm an actress, I'm a model, I'm keeping it pushing. All my other children are grown. I have
Now, I give her that, right? I mean, I don't. She hasn't told her story about her husband yet, or if she's going to. It is a sad thing. Sometimes I believe, right? People going back on the dating market, it's a hard thing because, like I said, I believe that dating is very hard. It's so difficult. And it's just tedious because you're getting to know a new person, you can start all over again. It's a tedious process. It's hard. And at 62, why do you even want to do that? Live your life, you know. You already have kids. You've been married. You know, you just recently lost your husband. I would say just enjoy your own life. You said, I mean, she's a woman of purpose. She's helping other women. Great. I think focus on that. Sometimes I think it's just some people. You should just stay single. That's just it. I mean, I understand that. There's a group of men that's doing that, right? And I know there's a group of women that's doing that too. So I would say at 62, for a woman, you've already been married. You already have kids. Now you have a purpose in life. Helping battered women. Continue with that. Focus on that. I mean, sometimes I just think it's weird. Why would you, at 62, why would you want a man? I don't know. Because why would you want to deal with the process of getting to know a man, possibly getting your heart broken again? I don't know.
22 grandkids.
22 grandkids.
Yes,
Are your
Focus on your grandkids.
Kids by your husband that died?
No. I was married twice, and then I had a relationship, and I had my last baby at 40, believe it or not.
How old are your kids?
Ooh, lady.
You don't know how this show works?
Yes, I do. Good googly whoop. I thought I was going to slide past this question.
No.
I have a daughter, 45, a daughter, 43, a daughter,
Daughter's 40.
a daughter that's
She had a child.
27, and a daughter that's 20.
She was
She'll
40.
be 22 next week.
And they're by 2 different men?
3 different men.
3 different men. And your ex-husband, your husband that passed, was none of their fathers.
He was the father to 2 of the kids.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I think we're ready. Mama Lynn, what kind of man you looking for, baby?
You know what? I want somebody that's sensitive, that's caring, that's loving, but they have to be fit. Because I go to a lot of events, I go to a lot of dances. I stay in Hollywood and Beverly Hills in downtown LA. I can't have nobody that's on a walker or you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be funny because I'm an older woman too. I have 3 metal hips, to tell you the truth. Well,
3 metal hips?
Well, they did hip surgery on this hip twice and then once on this one. So I have 2 metal hips, but I can get on down with the best of them.
Okay. So you want a man? What's the age you want to date?
38.
38?
You'll go to 38?
Yeah.
So 38, how old is you have a child at 45?
My son is 15. He would probably kill me because that was his age. He would be 38. So I'm like, okay, he's not here to say nothing. So we'll do 38. Because believe it or not, young guys hit on me all the time. I don't know why. But we're talking about guys in their 20s, guys in their early 30s. And I love the guys my age.
Men will hit on anything, I guess.
Okay.
I'm
the older guys will hit on me.
But you would date a man, so you would date a man younger than your children?
Yeah, I mean, you have one life to live. Come on now. I raised my kids. I did my job. My kids are productive members of this society. And I'm not ready to just roll over and die. Oh, no, I shouldn't have said that like that. I didn't mean it like that. I really didn't.
I know what you meant. I didn't think there was anything offensive. That's a popular slogan.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Okay, one thing, I hate a liar. I hate a thief. If you lie, you will steal. If you steal, you will kill. I don't do none of that. Guys that want to mess around on me, because I'm all that in a bag of 15 chips. I don't trick like that. If you want another woman, just tell me and I'm gone. You don't have to worry about me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't do all that. No, I don't share. I used to smoke cigarettes and didn't share my cigarettes. I'll drink a beer every now and then and won't share that. So you know I'm not sharing Mr. Wiggle. It is not going to work.
Wait a minute. I've never heard of Mr. Wiggle. Mr. Wiggle?
Mr. Wiggle, yes. You heard me correct.
Does he have to look a certain way?
I like tall men, but I like gentlemen quarterly. You know, GQ men that just dress, that smell nice and dress nice and know how to treat a lady like a lady.
Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Okay, now that's the tricky part, okay? This is what the deal is. So I'm in Hollywood. So, okay, like last month, I got invited to our beautiful girl, Beyonce, and her niece. Okay, now the tickets to get in their party was $11,000. So if I date a man, he has to be able to at least give me a Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre's ticket is only $6,000. You know, you have to. I need to network, and if they can't afford to network with me, because that's a piece. It's like $6,000 a piece, $10,000 a piece. I just got invited to.
Wait, so where'd you get invited to with Beyonce and Jay-Z again?
To their party. They had a party in Hollywood. Okay, all the parties is out here. Some of them are in New York, right? But Dr. Dre just had a party. Beyonce and her man just had a party.
And that one cost it cost $11,000 for you to get in.
To get in. To get
And
in.
you want, and he was able to pay for you and him.
Of course. Of course. If I
So
could
this man has to be more than 100K. This has to be like a 400K man.
if he's an actor, a model, we shouldn't have a problem with him paying to get into events.
Well, you know, not all actors have money. There's a lot of, like, we think of the rich actors that we see at the Oscars, but there's a lot of sitcom actors that we see and they do one season and then they're broke again. Like,
But look, I'm getting the tickets to get us in these events. That they
but you just said that you had to pay $11,000 each, so you would buy the $22,000 tickets for both of you? Are you saying?
No. I said I'm the one with the invites, right?
Yes. So you're invited, but he has to still pay, right?
Right. Of course.
So
Look at the shit.
$22,000 to go to one event.
Yes.
This man has to make really bare minimum $500K. That's not even a 100K man.
Well,
Actually, it could be more than $5, because this means you're just dropping. If you're dropping $22K on the ticket plus the outfit, that's a easy. Because if you spend $22K, your outfit gonna be a certain amount of money. That's an easy $30,000 for one night.
Right. Yes.
So this has to be a wealthy man.
But it's networking. See, the whole
Networking or not, you still have to be able to afford a network. So
that's what
the point I'm trying to make is, I understand how you're saying it's networking and how it will benefit your career. Okay, but the bottom line still is, if a man can drop $22,000 on a pair of tickets, this is a man that is making a lot of money.
Yes. I mean, come on. I'm in Hollywood.
Who gives a shit?
Tell me that that's a lot of money for some of the people here. Now, like I said, because they can't even get in be able to get in the door without me.
Hollywood is one of those very have-not cities. There's people who are doing extremely well, and there's people living in an apartment with 5 other roommates trying to make it. You know this, right?
Well, been there, done that when I was 18.
So let me ask you this: do you make well over 300K?
I make enough money to go to these events.
Okay,
not the person, wait, because I'm not going to buy a man a ticket. but I can support myself going to the events. Yes, I
So
can.
you can pay $11,000 to go to the event yourself.
Yes.
Okay. They want me to. They said it's time for the Kendra Cam.
Okay. Let me see if I can do it.
This is the illusion, right?
Let me
You are
see if I can-
62.
I'm raising this.
What type of man you think
Okay, we see you, mama.
wants to date you
So real quick,
and
was your
spend this
husband-
money for you?
Was your husband this man that was able to pay for all these events?
No, they all passed away. See, I stopped modeling and stuff to have my family and have my kids. I
Wait,
just
put the camera
got
back
back
in your
the
face.
business.
Hey, put the camera back. Put the camera back in your face. You're all
Thank you. I just got back in the business a couple of years ago.
I thought your husband died a couple years ago.
When he died, that's when I said I better do something. My son passed and he passed, and I was getting depressed. And I said, no, I better go back to what I know. Acting is what I know. Modeling is what I know. I wanted to come on your show as 3 different characters, and they was like, it's a dating show. People gonna think you're psychotic, but I wanted you to see the different layers to me.
I say this, and I hope you're not offended.
Go
Some of
ahead.
the cousins think you're psychotic now.
Oh no, that's fine. Wait a minute, that's fine because the men that think I'm psychotic can't afford me, honey.
Can afford you.
We can just-
This is why I said, right? Her, especially specifically, at 62, she should just be by herself. And network, focus on your business. If whatever business you have, focus on your career, focus on these battered women stuff, focus on your family. It's ridiculous that
No, it was somebody else.
what 38-year-old or I don't know 60-year-old man wants to deal with this.
He got a couple of days.
Even her husband didn't have to pay for the stuff.
Are you looking for a new man?
Well, he was my friend. Like, you know how you have a relationship with somebody years ago and it don't work and you still remain friends with the person? He was just my friend.
Well, I'm asking you about your last relationship, and you brought him up.
He was the last relationship, like about 2 years ago or something.
Okay. You know, I hear your doggy in the background. Kids in general. Okay.
Say hi. They do not look like a Hollywood dog. No, go. Go. Wait, my dog even costs a lot to get groomed, okay?
You don't
Oh my goodness.
you don't have the
I'm so glad to be on your show.
I don't know. I mean,
I love you.
Thank you, Mama Lynn.
Maybe-
I'm enjoying you. I am enjoying you.
maybe there are
I wanna
older
be
men
clear, 'cause I
that
know you
that
talked
deals with
about
this.
the events he has to be able to go to. But do you also want this man to, like, is he gonna be paying your bills? Like, what type of?
No, I don't need a gentleman to pay my bills.
Okay.
I like to have a good time. I like to eat. I really like to eat. But no, I just want a companion, somebody I can travel with. Like I said, all my kids are grown and gone. So I can just pack up and leave. I can just say, okay, let's go to the Bahamas tomorrow. So I need a man that has the flexibility to do that. And he has to be an entrepreneur because otherwise you get fired if you work at the post office.
So you gotta be an entrepreneur because you gotta be going. You gotta be able to be going for like 7 days.
Yes, at least.
Okay, at least. Okay, and you have to be able to afford the trip too.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is he paying for the whole trip, or just paying for? He's paying for you too. Like, how does this work when you go on these trips?
No, we can work it out.
How you can work
See,
it
it's called companionship. It's called communication. It's like if you love my company and I love your company, we can work out a trip.
You can work out a
You know
trip.
what I
Okay,
mean?
fair enough. Mama Lynn, you don't got to answer, but I do still have to ask you. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
My love, it was so long ago. I forgot.
It was dusty.
Tell you the truth. It was a while back. It's way back.
Why do you think you're single, honey?
I'm a lot. And I need a man that can compliment my
So,
personality.
You want
I
to,
mean,
let's
I
say,
can talk to
a 60-year-old man,
which I have a better
would they
woman.
not care about
So
sex? I
can,
mean,
talk to Obama
maybe, I guess.
and talk to the president of the United States. So I just
30-year-old,
said that
38-year-old man
as
would
well,
deal with this woman?
and I just want to show him all over Los Angeles, even if he's from here. He
You know,
probably won't be
there's a
the
genre.
that I go to.
Okay, that's
Genre of, P that deals with grannies. So maybe that's a fetish that some men have. Some younger men have. I don't know. So, I mean, it's a fetish, I guess. But I don't know. I just. She shouldn't be in the dating market. I don't know. It's just weird.
that's right.
Especially with her expectations. Come on. You should. I guess you live in LA, so you have these expectations of wealthy men seeing how other people are traveling, having fun, like that. But see, this is why I'm saying, like, at 62, you should be just companionship. I don't know, a dinner at Denny's. I mean, she's probably not that type of girl or type of lady, but you should just look for an average man and just do average things, really low cost things.
Mama Lynn, last question. Why would a guy be like he should be with you?
I am really a sweet person. I'm a nurturing person. I'm a loving person. I care about people. And, the bottom line of that is, if he sees me on here and he wants to date me, then he's probably the right guy for me.
If he sees you on here, he wants to date you. This is Mama Lynn, Sagittarius. She's a life coach.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's women that has the delusion and has the unfounded expectations. You want what you want. I get it, right? You want to attend these events. You want a man that has a certain amount of money, which is ridiculous for her. But at a certain time in your life, after losing her husband, she should just just get a guy that would want to spend the rest of his and her life together. That's it. Maybe 65-year-old, 70-year-old man. So you get a few more years out of him, at his end of his life. I mean, I can't imagine a 38-year-old man wants to deal with her. Really. I'm not surprised, really, with men. I'm not surprised men will hit on anything. But for men to take serious, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine any 38-year-old man want to take her seriously. So I don't know. Well, this is what's out there. So